Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Wednesday, July 20th. Going to have another warm and breezy day today with some smoky weather from some locally burning wildfires. And we'll see some afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing in the South Hills and Southeast Highlands. Breaking that down for you this morning. Keyboards we're going to focus on today. High pressure does continue. What that means is going to be there's some very warm and very dry conditions. And what that is meaning for fire communities is elevated fire weather concerns. So very low RHs and gusty afternoon winds each and every day is going to lead to some continued fire weather concerns. And we will see some smoke impacts from some locally burning wildfires in the Magic Valley and Central Mountains throughout this week. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms today are going to be further south, down towards the Utah border. Target area for that is going to be the South Hills, Southeast Highlands. Could see a stray fish shower or two along the Wyoming border, but should be staying more further south down towards Utah. Trough moves through on Friday. What that means is going to be some stronger winds, increased coverage for some mountain thunderstorms, primarily in the north and eastern portions of the forecast area, with some continued critical to near critical fire weather conditions with those stronger winds. Slightly cooler weekend. We're dropping by a degree or two, but still staying in the 80s and low 90s as we go through the weekend, with some continued dry weather outside of some afternoon thunderstorms east of the Continental Divide. Weather outlook for the next 5 days. Main concern, as you can see, is just going to be the very low RH. So relative humidity during the afternoon is going to be well below 15%, which is going to lead to some critical fire weather conditions. So fires will have no problem as far as spreading wise, and with those breezy afternoon winds, continuing to see the elevated fire concern. Showers and storms for today and tomorrow are going to be contained to the South Hills and Southeast Highlands. Could see a stray shower or two along the Wyoming border, but it looks like those impacts are going to stay further south and a little bit more widespread as you get into Utah and Nevada. For Friday, we're going to have some stronger winds working through, and the chance for showers does expand. So we're looking at the Eastern Highlands, Lost River Range, Lemhi County. So starting to see those storms expand into the Central Mountains and further south and east. For Saturday and Sunday, looking mostly dry. May see a shower or two in eastern Wyoming as it kind of east of the Continental Divide. But outside of that, looks like we're going to be staying dry for this weekend and just a degree or two slightly cooler for Saturday and Sunday. Satellite this morning, not a whole lot to talk about. Mostly clear skies outside of a little bit of cloud activity down towards Bear Lake. But we will see some increased cloud cover around midday today, marking some afternoon convection that's going to be starting up, working its way through the Great Basin up through here this afternoon. But outside of that, should be limited impacts, mainly just, again, south and east of the Snake River Plain. So here's the latest fire and smoke map for today. So we currently have two wildfires, currently above 10,000 acres here in southeast Idaho. We have the Moose Fire up here near Salmon, North Fork area, and that was currently at 12,000 acres and rapidly growing as of yesterday. Bray Fire is going to be at 20,000 acres and is going to be working a little bit more towards containment for that one, but we will see continued smoke impacts for these fires throughout the next couple of days and through the extended period as the Moose Fire, it's a well-established fire. So you're going to be seeing those smoke impacts mainly up through Salmon. We do have a air quality alert in effect for Lemhi County, but we will see that smoke kind of generally waft into this area. And where you see those yellows, it's going to be where there's some unhealthy air sensitivity for some of the more sensitive groups. So something to keep in mind as you're headed out the door. May see some increased smoke, especially across the upper Snake Plain, Eastern Highlands for today due to the Moose Fire, and some continued upper-level smoke from the Bray Fire as well. Be burning up timber through here, so a lot more smoke impacts coming off the Moose Fire, but some mostly sagebrush and lower kind of timber areas through down here. So not looking at as much smoke, but up here this is going to be our main smoke producer through the coming week. High temperatures in RH today, so afternoon highs today will be in the mid-80s to mid-90s, approaching 100 degrees as you get further west in the Magic Valley, but afternoon RHs are going to be well below 15%, a slight improvement as you head further south and east, but still looking like a very dry afternoon. Wind gusts today are going to be between 20 to 35 miles an hour, looking like the strongest gusts again out towards craters, INL, typical windy spots through there, and along the higher terrain and ridges of the Central Mountains. High temperatures in RH for Thursday, so much of the same. You've seen pretty similar temperatures, if not slightly warming through Friday. But afternoon highs for your Thursday are going to be in the 80s up in the Island Park area, all the way down to 96 here in Pocatello, 98 in Shoshone, and still in the mid-90s as you get up in the Central Mountains. Slightly drier air mass does move in for Thursday, so seeing some more widespread relative humidity values, less than 15%. And the wind threat, again, just slightly breezy, nothing too atypical for your Idaho afternoon, but again, gusts up to around 20 to 35 miles an hour. For Friday, similar conditions as we saw for the last couple of days, very dry and warm weather, so we're still going to be in the mid-80s to mid-90s, slightly cooler in the western Magic Valley, but outside of that, continues seeing those very dry impacts. For wind gusts on Friday, so slightly cooler air is going to start to work in from the north. We're going to have those wind gusts again up to about 30 to 45 miles an hour in some places. So we're seeing those breezy wind potential with those critical fire weather conditions. Could lead to some potential red flag concerns as we get towards Friday. High temperatures in RH for Saturday. So on Saturday, we will see temperatures fall by just a few degrees. We're in the low 80s now and mid-90s as you get further south. But you see 92 Pocatello, 93 Shoshone, 90 up in Chalice, and 81 in Island Park. Very dry afternoon continues on Saturday with, again, breezy winds, but not anything above 20-30 miles an hour. For Sunday, we're seeing those temperatures stay fairly consistent. We're seeing afternoon highs in the 80s to mid-90s with, again, a very dry afternoon. So main story this week is going to be the continued fire weather concerns. Going to have those breezy afternoon winds coupled with the low RHs, which is going to lead to some critical fire weather concerns throughout the remainder of the week. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. So over the next few days as we get towards July 25th through 29th, so this is looking at next week, we'll be having those temperatures as far as the precipitation outlook. Below normal precipitation is expected as a high pressure ridge is bringing monsoonal moisture mainly to the central and southern Rockies. But outside of that, it looks like we'll be staying fairly dry here through the end of July. Above normal temperatures are favored as well, but as we turn to the 8 to 14 day, we do have a return to a near normal chance. So you can see some here, at least some monsoonal moisture starting to work further north into the Great Basin, and we may start to see some spillover towards the end of next week for some afternoon showers and thunderstorm potential. But until then, it looks like it's going to stay fairly dry. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, so we may see a slight cool down this weekend, but again, seeing those warmer temperatures and above normal conditions continue through the start of August. And in summary this morning, do some high pressure continuing. What that means for us is going to be that warm and very dry conditions, leading to some elevated fire weather concerns. Might see some smoke out there for some locally burning wildfires, but we will have some afternoon showers and thunderstorms further south along the Utah border. Could see a shower or two along the Wyoming border, but it looks like those impacts are staying further south. Trough moves through on Friday with some stronger winds and increased coverage for mountain thunderstorms east and west, as far as a little bit better coverage in the central mountains and along the Wyoming border, with a slightly cooler weekend by a degree or two, with continued dry weather outside of some afternoon showers north and east of the divide. But there are 3 weather briefing for today, Wednesday, July 20th. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome day.